Hello everyone and welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Michael and I'm bitten by radioactive book. Today is review time on my channel and I'm going to review Dancer's Lament by E.N.C. Esslemont. It's the first installment in his new Malazan series, The Path to Ascendancy. As you know, I'm a huge fan of the Malazan series and of the Malazan Book of the Fallen by Stephen Erickson. So if you don't know the background of this, Stephen Erickson and E.N.C. Esslemont co-created the world of Malazan, and they did role-playing in it, and so both of them own the rights to the series and the characters, and both of them work on the books and the series together. So some of them are written by Stephen Erickson, and he has some characters that are more like his type, or some aspects of the story and of the world that belong to him, and others belong to E.N.C. Esslemont. And Esslemont is more of the expert of the Malazan Empire in itself, and all the Malazan characters. And yeah, with this book we're heading into the past of the Malazan Empire, or even before it was created, because we are following two characters, Dorin and Wu, who turn out, that is not like a major spoiler because it's quite obvious that it's their origin story, will turn out to be Kalinvat and Dancer, the two founders of the Malazan Empire. And so we are kind of seeing their first meeting, and yeah, how it all progresses from there. The book, as the title suggests, is mainly about a dancer, who is then back called Dorin. His is one of the, I would say, three main points of view of the story. So we're seeing a young assassin who is in pursuit of the mage called Wu, and goes to the city of Li Hang. And in this city at the moment we have a conflict, because King Chulalon III of another city, of the city of Khan, is about to invade the territory of Li Hang. And so we are seeing, next to Dorin, we're seeing two other main protagonists. One is Silk. Silk is a city mage in the city of Li Hang, and he is one of 5 city mages, and they are all under the command of the protectress Shalmanat, and she is the leader of the city of Li Hang. So we're seeing the conflict represented from this side. But as always for Malazan, we also see the conflict from the other side, and therefore we're following Aiko. Aiko is Sword Dancer, which is an elite Canese fighter, and she is on a diplomatic mission, but because in front of the army that Chulalon is bringing to Li Hang, there is actually a diplomat, and she is on the team of bodyguards that protects this diplomat on his journey to Li Hang. And so we're she is the third character. We have other points of view as well. The main secondary is the Sister of Cold Night. That is a name that Malazan fans will know for sure. And she has some interesting little scenes in between. Desem Ultor, also a name that Malazan fans are very familiar with, shows up in the book as well and has a minor role to play. And we're seeing a lot of other characters. As the book is set in Li Hang, we're seeing the man-beast Rilandaras, who is terrorizing the plains around the city as well. Once again, Malazan fans will be familiar with him. And there are a lot of little cameos in there for other characters that then somehow will wind up either being part of the Malazan Empire or being part, for example, of the mercenary company called the Crimson Guard, which is also one like of the pet projects that ENC Esslemont has, and yeah, that is like a fan favorite. So overall, I was really impressed by the book. I've only read like 2 books by Esslemont so far, the first 2 books in his Malazan Empire series, and although I really liked the second one, Return of the Crimson Guard, it was pretty obvious that Esslemont is not on par in his writing skills with Stephen Erikson. That is like still the case, because Erikson is way more lyrical in his writing. Erikson is way better in like hiding information, but I think Esslemont has developed into a really good author. I thoroughly enjoyed the book and the characters, and I think this might even be a good step for people to actually visit the Malazan world for the first time. First of all, with its points of views, the book is not as crowded with characters as usual for a Malazan book, so you don't have like 20 very important points of view, but there are like only 3 or maybe 4 if you count Sister of Cold Knights. And so it's a little bit more accessible. Esslemont also, in contrast to Stephen Erikson, is or gives a little bit more hints and clues and explanations for some things. There are some scenes where where one of the characters says at least maybe one little explanatory sentence about a thing, and I was like, okay, Erikson would never have explained that. Erikson would have just said, yeah, I just showed you, you have to figure it out for yourself. So Esslemont might be the easier author to get into, and although I have to say here are a few things in there that might be a bit spoilery for the later Malazan series, because a few things that took me a long time to figure out in Malazan are addressed here already. So if you're not maybe that much into, oh, I want to figure out everything on my own and it's very complicated to get there in the Malazan Book of the Fallen, maybe that is a book or will be a series in the end that will ease you in more into that. Yeah, so overall I rated this book 5 stars because I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It rekindled my Malazan hype a lot, and yeah, so it was a really enjoyable book, and I'm really looking forward to read the next book in the Path to Ascendancy series whenever that will come out, and I will make sure to return to the 4 books by ENC Esslemont I haven't read yet. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this review, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, I hope you get bitten by a really good book too. Bye!